We have a full board again, Jack.
Yes, we do.
Make sure you click got it, not leave meeting.
Our meeting is now live, so I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order.
Oh, hold on just one second.
Okay.
I'm going to do my Christmas thing here. For heaven's sakes again.
Okay.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay. I call the December 14th, 2021 meeting to order. Will the clerk please call roll?
Deb,
Present.
Mayor Boley,
Here.
Dennis,
Here.
Melissa,
Here.
Billy,
Here.
Alderman Chevalier,
Here.
and Rob.
Here.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the November 9th, 2021 meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Okay,
Where's my notes at on that?
This is a voice vote, so it's all in favor, say aye.
Yeah, had to look at my notes. So all in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, say nay.
Really?
all right, it's passed.
Okay. Does staff have anything to report?
Just a little bit. We are approaching the end of the calendar year, so I went ahead and ran a report for you based upon data as of this morning. We had for the year 46 residential house permits totaling 13.9 million in improvement value. That's not land, that's just the improvements. And we had 9 commercial projects or 32.5 million in improvement value. There's a bunch of the commercial stuff is still up and under construction. So there's stuff going on all over town still, including there's a lot of right-of-way stuff going on. I'm sure you've seen it or heard about it with AT&T and United Fiber both installing updated fiber throughout just about everywhere in town. So please be cautious when you're driving. Some other folks aren't. That's all I've got. If there are questions, I'll.
So Jack, is that 32 million assessed value or total value?
That is the, to be quite frank, that's the reported total value.
Reported total, okay.
Yeah, and that's the number that the assessor will start with when they do their evaluation of the value of the properties after the final occupancy is given.
So for next year, we'll have one building that's nearly that much, right?
With the land, yeah. Well, yeah, roughly the whole thing. It's gonna roll up into that number, would be my guess. Yeah, 30, 32, maybe a little more.
Cool.
That will certainly help the tax base.
That's good news.
Yes.
Okay, if staff does not have anything else, we'll move on to number 4. Can I have a motion to discuss the site plan review of 319 East Main Street, Smithville Townhomes?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Jack, I guess I'll turn it back over to you.
Sure.
Discussion.
This one is fairly straightforward. You have the full packet with you. There are some notes on some of the pages that I made that I've submitted to you that was also submitted to the applicant and the engineer. In my discussion with the applicant himself, he was fine with all the changes primarily related to separate utility connections, where they are, how that all works. And then based upon the type of project, we also had an addition on their plans of a trash receptacle, a dumpster, so that they wouldn't have 18 receptacles out with the city version of trash. Multifamily, we're moving towards multifamily projects like this. all on one lot in kind of a denser situation, that they have dumpsters instead of the city trash project or program with recycling bin and trash bin. And I believe everything is agreed to. I guess that would be the, Clayton said he was fine with it also. And some of it he thought he had been wanting to talk to us about in advance anyway. So the buildings themselves have all of the traditional site plan, to break up the facade, all those things that we look for. The other aspect of this project that's kind of different is this, as you all probably recall, this will be our very first R3 site plan. And it's your first R3 site plan review. The most significant issue is that we also clarified, when we added the R3 stuff, we also clarified some of the zoning or the subdividing type stuff that is in the subdivision ordinance, but not in the site plan review, which is the, in this case, it's the park fees associated with a R3 project. So it's based on dwelling unit. And that's in here as well. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. If there are any questions about any of it, I can go over that, or the applicants here with his engineer as well. So if you have questions, I'll certainly take those now.
The only question I have is, are you guys doing any type of outside lighting besides just on the townhomes? In
It'll
that
be like-
driveway area?
Yeah, in the parking lot, we'll have some lights there. Like street lights, or maybe like street lights right there in front of each house, as far as like little post lights.
Okay, I just didn't see any. That's why I was asking that question.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do something. We haven't quite for sure, figure out which way we're going, but there'll be something.
Will they be shielded lights to cut down the glare going into other places, other people's property?
If we do the parking lights, yes. If we do like the little post light in your front yard, probably not. It'll just be like a
Well,
single
But
post.
but you're talking about 6 to 10 feet on those, right? You're not,
Yeah.
just to light up the driveway or your sidewalk.
Correct. Yes, sir.
I was trying to see what's the square footage of each one of the units,
What is that?
the square
I
footage.
think they're around 1,300, I believe. I'd have to get the print real fast and look.
We do have Dennis. We do have Dennis on the line, I believe. Dennis, the architect, do you have that available?
They're 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a garage.
Yeah, and I'm looking myself. I thought I remembered them to be a little bit bigger, but maybe not.
Yeah, I thought I figured out they're around 16 to 1,700 square feet, aren't they?
I thought I read that they were bigger too.
Yeah, that's what my recollection was that they were real close to 16.
Are these going to be for sale, or will they be rental, or?
Honestly, at this point, I don't know yet. I'm gonna kind of see where I come in at budget
Okay,
and kind of go from there.
all right. If you decide to have them as rental, do you have a target rental in mind, a price?
Not yet, no.
Okay,
We're gonna kind of wait to see where we come in at to figure out, which way we need to go with it.
okay.
With the way the market, with the way everything's going up now, as you know, it's kind of hard to give a exact number.
Yeah,
So I thought being
Yeah.
townhouses, they was going to be privately owned, individually owned.
We're gonna set up where I could do either way. Me and Jack talked about that. So if I decide to go and sell some, then we'll have to do, I think Jack told me I had to survey some out. Isn't that what you said, Jack?
Called it'd be a minor plat, and it's associated with the subdivision ordinance in R3, also has R2 type scenarios. So it'd be like the ones in Ashmont or up in the townhomes up there at Harborview, where they sell the footprint. if that makes sense. Sorry.
Through reading this and reviewing, the only entrance will be off of East Meadow. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So on the side that faces Main Street, will there be some nice landscaping and stuff put on that
Yes.
side? Okay, I thought from what I read that indicated that.
Yeah. And then we're gonna add steps too to get down to the park from there. And They
Okay.
don't show on the prints, but we're gonna do that too.
Okay, if for sale, will you have some kind of homeowners association to have covenants to keep the property up?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
That's also in the documents that I submitted. That'll be required in part because of the way that it's going to be designed.
Right.
There will be an HOA involved.
Okay.
Had I seen that?
It looks like there's one sewer line that connects all of the townhomes. If they are privately owned, what happens if one fails that belongs to someone else?
That'll be part of the HOA responsibility.
Okay.
It pretty much relieves the pressure from the city. It's all pretty much on me at that point.
So he'll have one central sewer line that goes through the entire complex, and then he's got water lines all on the backside. So they'll all have their own individual water lines, but the sewer, similar to a condo, for example, a condo.
What kind of impact is it doing to the sewer line that's existing already?
We have not anticipated any problems with it. It goes down to a standard 8-inch line that heads down into the first big manhole issue is there, right? To be quite frank, it's in front of your business where all that new stuff went in 2010 with the upsized lines. So it's a 10-inch line there, starting at that manhole at the intersection of Commercial and Meadow. And it's 10 inches down to Fairway, and then it goes up to 12 inches. So it's got more than enough room.
So Main Street's
Excellent.
not going to get torn up again.
No,
Okay,
it's all
good.
going to be going into Meadow.
Okay.
We had that discussion up front with Clayton and Todd, and all the folks associated with the project to make sure we didn't have that problem.
Yeah, and on the undeveloped land along Main Street where we had talked to people, we already put meters in or vaults in for them too, so that if that comes along and they decide to develop, they won't have to tear up Main Street either.
Oh, good. Good.
I don't want holes in our new street.
No.
Are there any other questions? If not, Jack, since it's a review, I guess my next step, since I didn't look at my email.
Yeah, ultimately in this scenario, you'd request that if there's no further discussion, you call for Randy to call roll and do a vote like that. I'm going absolutely blank on the words. I apologize.
Roll
Just
call.
have Brandy call the roll.
Okay.
I-
Are there any other discussion, questions, comments? If not, will clerk please call the roll?
Okay, Rob,
Is this a yay, nay?
Yes.
Yes, the motion is to approve it. So a yes vote is to approve, a no vote is to not approve.
Yes.
Alderman Chevalier,
Aye.
Billy,
Aye.
Melissa,
Aye.
Deb,
Aye.
Mayor Boley,
Aye.
and Dennis.
Aye.
7-0.
This will be on the next board meeting agenda. And assuming it's approved at that level, it's eligible for permits the next day. Assuming the actual construction plans have been provided. So
Yeah, we might have them soon, hoping.
as soon as you get them, go ahead and get them to us, and we'll start that review process for you for the actual construction permit, the building permit. This is
Okay.
obviously for the zoning side of it. So.
Right, yep.
Okay, we'll move on to item number 5. I have a motion to approve or to discuss the site plan review of 14450 North 169 Highway Suite B, the Smithville Montessori Academy expansion. I have a,
So moved.
need a second?
I'll second that.
Hey, Jack, I'll turn this over to you for discussion.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. This one is pretty straightforward and simple. It's a commercial project, but it's an addition to an existing building. It's actually 2-story. It's the major mall. Many of you who don't have kids may not even be aware that this is back there. But on the rear, lower level of the major mall, this is Smithville Montessori Academy. On the submittal, they are proposing to add a 2,400 square foot addition on the rear, lower level, out the back. The design of it, if you look through your packet, you'll see that the color is designed to match the existing color of the building. It's got faux brick and stuff around the perimeter of it. It does have stucco similar. It looks different than the top, but the tie-in is there. On the up part, they got the brick and the stucco on the beams. This is going to have a stucco facade by the entrance and another patch of stucco around the side. It'll have a portico over the entrance so that they're not walking in on rain versus the little portico that they have now, which will be taken away mostly because of this construction project. The goal here with an addition is that it comes in and matches or improves, matches the existing or improves the overall existing site plan compatibility. Major Mall was constructed right before we implemented site plan review, but it was coming down the pike. So the design of that building incorporated several of the elements of the original site plan ordinance, 15, 20 years ago, whenever that was. So now we have the updated version, and they've updated some of the materials. They're, like I said, they're using the EFA stucco on the part, and they're going to have the faux brick look. So it's going to match the colorization, the colorizing of it. All that's going to match. Straightforward as it relates to the building, I believe, and it's more of a construction issue than it is any site plan issue, but the fire district, I think, has indicated that it will need to be sprinkled because it's a daycare now. The newer codes have daycares being sprinkled. I think that's the case, but that's subject to a construction permit. It's not really purview of where we're at. So I just wanted to let you know, we brought all of this in front of the fire district, fire chief as well, and let him discuss it with them. So I think everybody's on the same page. We do not have construction plans either on this project like we did on the other, but we do have this rough drawing of where everything is, how it's going to look, layout, and the material choices. And if you have any questions of me, I'll certainly try to respond to them, and the applicant and the architect are both here as well.
How's the traffic going to work on that? Is that going to change anything? I mean, how many students are they adding in?
Yeah, it's not the traffic impact won't be anything. They are currently have their turnaround back there, and the distances traveled on site are so great that there's no traffic impact.
Excellent.
The queuing is going to they're going to basically pull into the same place they pull into, turn around in the same place they turn around into. And they're probably 150 feet from 144th So there's, there's a good 10, 15 queues that way. And then there's the ramp that goes up to the rest of the parking lot if they choose to go out that way. So there's multiple exits and plenty of queue length.
Is there any other discussion? Okay, seeing none, can I have the clerk please call roll call for approval of site plan review for 14450 North 169 Highway?
Deb,
Aye.
Mayor Boley,
Aye.
Dennis,
Aye.
Rob,
Aye.
Alderman Chevalier,
Aye.
Billy.
Aye.
And Melissa.
Aye.
7-0.
This too will be on the next board meeting. Mayor, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the next board meeting is January 4th. I don't think.
Oh, we
there's
have
a meeting.
we have one next week.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Then for both projects, the board will have these items on their agenda for next week.
Yeah, it's January. So we have one next week. Then we have 2 January. The first one in February we will not have, and then the spring break meeting we will not have. So if something comes to planning and zoning, January and has 2 readings, we wouldn't get to the second reading until the end of February. And then if something comes in March to planning and zoning, it wouldn't go until April.
I knew there was one meeting that had been moved around or dropped, and it's not showing on my calendar, so I thought maybe it was next week.
Yeah, Linda, I don't think Linda sent it out yet. The agenda is pretty light next week, so it should be hopefully fairly quick meeting. I know we're doing some work session stuff with as well, so
Okay.
combined meeting, I think.
So next week it'll be up for final approval at the board level.
And I think staff. I think City Hall's closed an extra day, or half the staff is out. I don't know. I did something for New Year.
We'll be open on both days.
But Brandy and Jack might not be there.
On
I'll
one
be
day,
there.
yeah. We've alternated. We will be open on both the 24th and the 31st, which are the Fridays. However, we will. No, we won't be open on those days. It's the day before, so it'll be it's the 23rd and the 30th. We will be open, but it'll be half staff in City Hall. We will be closed on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve because they're the holidays on Saturday. So
Jack, what day did you say that board meeting was?
next
next
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
1 week from today.
Okay.
Same scenario. You'll get an email with a Zoom link, and we'll go from there. Starting in January, for everyone on the commission here, we will be going live starting next January at the January 11th meeting. So going live means we'll be back to City Hall.
And the Zoom will still be available for anybody that can't attend in person, and anybody in the public that needs to be able to attend virtually, it's still going to be there. For those of you who haven't been to City Hall since we upgraded, these meetings all now have closed captioning when they're on Facebook, and we added drop the ceilings, put in carpet, makes the room less echoey. So, and we got new microphones since the last time we were in there too, so should hear a lot better.
And when we go back to City Hall, will masks be required or has that been lifted?
Only for you, Melissa.
I'm asking.
It's staff only.
Okay.
Staff are required to wear
Okay.
masks. And that's all that City Hall has on its books right now.
Yep.
We
Yeah.
still have all the protective measures up between each seat, or the plastic shields, et cetera. You'd encourage the 6 foot and all that.
Yeah, you don't need your no vaccine passport to get in the door or anything like that.
So it's optional for other committee members then? Would that be fair
That's
statement.
correct. And we do have masks available. We have we have,
All that stuff will be available. For
Okay.
Brandy and I, it will be required. We will be wearing masks.
Unless you zoom in, right?
Well, it'll be hard to zoom in. If I'm zooming in, it'll
You're
be
sitting
from
right
my
here.
office.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Jack, for your presentations this evening. With the agenda completed, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay, we will conduct a voice vote. All of those in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
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 All those opposed, nay.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas, everybody.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Bye.